And in the twilight, lo, I see you. Blue eyes crying in the rain. When we kissed goodbye, I knew we'd someday meet again. Love is like a dying ember, and all memories remain. Through the ages, I'll remember blue eyes crying in the rain. Someday when we meet up yonder, we'll stroll hand in hand again in the land knows no sorrow and no parting. Blue eyes crying in the rain.
Eternal God, we pray for ourselves and for Judy. We stand where heaven and earth meet, where life is brought to death. Deliver us from grief, fear, and doubt, from despair and unbelief. And bring to us the light of your presence. Grant us that peace which we cannot give, so that we with Judy may trust in you and find our life through you, Lord, to renew the faith of this earth. Gather to yourself Judy, whom we have loved, and grant her things which our eyes have not seen or our ears have not heard, nor human heart imagined. Great Father, Mother God, please watch over us this day and of all days, to appreciate what is present and to look forward to the good of our future. Bless us and heal us. Breathe peace and grace into our lives. Amen. As we open today, on behalf of the family, I would like to thank all of you for coming to help celebrate the life of Judy Prenevost. For Judy, the journey is now beginning, but for us, there is loss, grief, and pain. Every one of us here has been affected, perhaps in small ways, or perhaps in transformative ones by Judy. Her life mattered to all of us. It is important for us to collectively acknowledge and accept that the world was fundamentally changed with her passing. We are all grieving. Life will not be the same without her, nor should it be. I would like to share a saying from the late, great Helen Keller. What we have once enjoyed, we can never lose. All that we love deeply becomes a part of us. For me, it is my greatest honor and privilege to have the opportunity to stand here today to speak to you, remembering Judy's life and her passing from this mortal realm to the eternal glory that she is experiencing. If there could be such a thing as defining a life, I think Judy's life would be defined with these terms: loving, caring, loyal, fierce, beautiful, and with a great sense of humor, too. Judy was a giving soul who had compassion for everyone and everything. Her door was always open to those in need, and she was willing to help in any way that she could. She always made do with what little she had and always provided for her family. She loved her family with the fierceness of a mother lion protecting her cubs. I know that she loved her favorite character from The Wizard of Oz, the Cowardly Lion. But let me tell you, there was nothing cowardly about that woman. She was one of the strongest women I have ever known and had to endure more than anyone really should. But through life's trials, Judy kept fighting and would not give up. But there was a change, and we understood that she had made her way to the last turn, the last bend in the road, and her sights were set on a better place. That was the call that Judy received. She was getting ready to leave this earthly realm. She did not understand it all, but knew there was a final destination. Though she could not see it with her natural eye, she saw it with the eye of the Spirit. As she drew near the end, she was able to see her destination. She was tired from her journey and ready to go home to be with family and friends who have gone on before her. Today is a time of remembering. I have often told people that funerals are bittersweet. Bitter because you have lost someone, and sweet because you have so many memories to share. Think of the good times, the funny times, the experiences, and yes, even the bad times too. And in remembering, you will celebrate the life of Judy Prenevost. At this time, does anyone have any memories they'd like to share? Anybody? Hello. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Like just the. Yeah.
The rat.
Okay, well, I've known Judy since my daughter was 3. She, best woman I've ever known in my life. I used to annoy his brother, she still loved me. And, we would sit around Paula's kitchen table, have a coffee, and just talking about dumb stuff, you know, like, at this point in time in my life, me and my mom didn't get along at all. And that's where Judy filled my void and was there, giving me the guidance that I needed. And the reassurance that I was loved and that I am a good person. And she helped me make me who I am right now, who I'm very proud of who I am. And just those times sitting at the table, coffee clutching, talking about my mom or my daughter or just other people in our lives. And I will always hold those memories very, very close.
Thank you.
She was the best woman I've ever met in my life. And I will dearly miss her very much.
Wiggle, Mama. Come on, that wiggle, baby. Jacob told, Grandma said that you can use your words.
I have a bit of an auditory dysfunction. And one time she said, if anybody ever makes fun of the way you talk, you tell them their ass sucks canal water. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, well, yeah, but what do you do?
Everybody here knew and loved this lady. And Sue right here asked me to read this. They go back 70 years, so
Yes.
that's
Oh, yeah.
cooking. But anyway, I'm gonna try to read this best I can, okay? Judy and I became friends in our freshman year, 70 years ago. She was the kind of friend everyone should have in their life. We shared happiness and heartaches and secrets, hopes of dreams. At times, we drifted apart, sometimes for years. But when we did reconnect, it was like time stood still for us, which everybody knows a good friend, that's just the blessing to have in your life, you know. And let's pick up where they had left off. She was a one of a kind a true friend who could cheer you up when you were down and kick your butt when you needed it. Her quick witness was unmatched, not to mention her compassion for other people, and a refuge in the storm.
Oh.
That's awesome. Susie, you're blessed. I am so happy to love, had such a true friend as she was, and she will always have a place in my heart. We are not apart, only a little disconnected for a while. Friends for eternity. Love, Susie.
Oh, that's so beautiful.
I met Judy 30 years ago. Moved up here to Millbury. Brought me to the computer. But that was, yeah. But I guess you guys didn't know she loved dirty jokes. And I had a full of dirty jokes. People laugh at her. And then, she was always there for me. She always told me, she told me she really loved me. I love that woman today. But we loved her. I loved her.
She loved you too.
I know she did.
I can't look at you. I can't look at any of you.
Here, Bill, look at me. Hey, tell me exactly what you think.
That helps. That helps. I wasn't really planning on saying anything today, so I don't have anything prepared. But I'd never forgive myself if I let this day go by without saying something. I met Judy 43 years ago, same time I met Terry. And
Package deal.
yeah, it's a package deal. Boy, and what a deal
What
I
a
got.
deal.
These clowns. Holy shit. But when we lived in Chicago, we used to come to Green Bay for holidays and stuff, and we'd go to my parents' house first. And my parents were very, very strict Catholics. And
Oh boy.
and and we had a hoot at their house. I never smoked in front of my parents, believe it or not. They didn't know I even smoked pot, which is another believe it or not. They did know I drank. But I might have had a beer at my parents' house and had a good time with my brothers and sisters. Then we'd pile in the car and go over to Terry's house, mom's house. The cigarettes came out, the beer came out, loud music, dirty jokes. Yeah, maybe a little bit of weed on top. But anyway, Judy, like everybody else, I mean, all the stories you hear about Judy is that she welcomed everybody into her house. And I could never be cross with Judy because she just loved the hell out of me. And how could you be irritated with somebody that loves you so much?
You were a boy.
But
Yeah.
she was there for me. Yeah. And, I have that appendage that you don't. But she was there for me. There were times when I had a really rough time in 2008, and she was right there for me. Talked me down. She loved her chocolate-covered cherries at Christmas time with the papayas cards. One time, I think she ate the whole box before we left.
I feel she should. I wonder why.
Yeah. But anyway,
It was the weed.
yeah, it was the weed. But she was something else again. I don't know. I've never met anybody quite like your mom and all of your brothers and sisters. And this isn't really about Judy, but I just have to tell one story. We were at, and I've told it a million times. Everybody's heard it in the family. We were at Uncle Bucky's for a Christmas party, that's when Led Zeppelin came out and Robbie played the harmonica without a harmonica and sounded just like a harmonica. But the first time I met the brothers, I was sitting at the table with Davy, rest his soul. Davy was another character. With him and Judy behind the bar at Blazing Saddles, you never knew what you were going to get. But anyway, I talked to Davy for a while, and I didn't know who he was. And I went in the kitchen, and Robbie and Scott were standing there, and they didn't really look alike. Robbie and Scott looked alike, but they don't look like Davy. And I said, "Hey, guys, who the hell is that guy?" They said, "That's Davy, our brother."
Whoops.
But, I mean, she... I think one of the things Davy said that night is there's no goddamn cigarette machine in this house. Anyway, a memorable woman, a memorable family, and I'm blessed to be part of it. You guys are my brother and sister. Thanks. Thanks for everybody for coming. I really appreciate it.
Okay, just stand where you are. You can do it.
My mama, our mama, right, Joe? As Terry put in, was a collector of people.
Mm-hmm.
And she made all of us so strong, like my sissy does. And she would let Terry and I have been telling this story for the last couple weeks, how Jesse and Jacob, Riley, but Jesse and Jacob especially would make their forts. And like they were elaborate, like you had to walk around, don't you mother, on their fort, on their blankets, because they had TV, VCR, munchies, a little cooler. I mean, these guys were
Grandma packed.
right. And that's when she said, you gotta let them
In the house.
Yeah, and you gotta let them live.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I just want to say that thank you to everybody, like Sue, because you just loved you so much, all of you, but she had her homie. And thank you for saying all those wonderful things and for watching out for me. And I don't know, thank you and you for being there for me and for all of you learning from Grandma and keeping it in your heart and using it, because
Irreplaceable.
will never be another her. She lost her 3 kids, but still, she was still, Mama Bear for every one of us. She didn't collapse. She didn't turn into an alcoholic. She got a little crazy. But that's all right. Yeah. Wait. And you know, like, I told Terry she passed away 5 minutes before she got there. And she was so sad because she found, and I said she did that on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
She wasn't gonna let her baby girl go through her anymore. Because you, and I'm standing up here actually to tell you that my mother made it one spectacular human being.
Oh, thank you.
Aw.
You're amazing. I don't know what we would do without you.
Thank you.
Sure.
And she's got my back.
Yeah, please, because I'm starting
Because
to cry.
Yes, I got a light.
That won't be
mood
good.
here. So,
Oh, here we go.
I'm gonna try to do it in an anti-Judy manner. So, we were at my aunt's house, and we're standing in, and me and Paula are in the kitchen, okay?
You guys are gonna start hanging out.
And we're just chilling, you know. We're like looking around the kitchen for munchies, whatever. Everybody else is in the other room. Remember that little bottle of clear stuff that was sitting on the back of the room? Still to this day don't know what it is. We didn't know what it is. Paula smells it. She's like, you smell it. So I'm like, it don't smell like anything. And we're back and forth smelling it and smelling it. Next thing you know, the two of us are sitting on the floor laughing for no reason. We just could not stop laughing. Is that what that was? So then Auntie Judy walks in. And we're just laughing our asses off at her, okay? And what does she do? She looks at us and she looks at that little whatever it is. And she says, David, Jesus Christ, you got the girls high. So I guess that was one of my favorite times.
Go get me a pack of cigarettes out of the corner for me.
Yeah.
I'm scared. I love the G-Rice.
Anybody else?
Oh shit.
Hi.
Hi James. My cousin James.
How y'all doing?
Good.
A lot of you here don't know me. I was a really good friend of Judy's. Sorry, years and years ago, we made kind of a promise pact, and I gave her a ring. I'm Irish, right? And Paula always tells me over the years, she still got it. She still got it. The day I gave it to her, Judy said, I promise you I'll keep this till the day I die. And I'll be damned, that woman did. She made a promise, she kept it. And, I'm Jimmy, and I loved her. She was a great, fine woman, and very important to a lot of people, and will always remain in our hearts, my heart, and all of you. And God bless her. That's all I got.
Thank you. Thanks, James.
I met him. This is my grandma. Besides my mom, for the first part of my life, she was, along with Paula and Robbie and Davey and Scott and Michelle, helped raise me. She taught me how to play poker. I got good at it. I used to, when Mom and Dad would bring me up to Green Bay, I'd stay at Grandma Marion's and Grandpa Paul's every once in a while. And that was fun. But I partied. My New Year's Eves, you guys were off doing your thing because you guys were young.
Oh yeah.
And I'd party with Grandma. And Jacob and Jesse. And we'd sit up and watch MTV. Watch the ball drop. God, that was fun.
Ginger ale.
I miss being that little. I miss hanging out with you. Thank you, Grandma. I'm gonna miss you. Thanks.
Love you, buddy. Thank you.
One, I just have to add, sorry,
You did.
Adam paid for a semester of college. online playing poker.
Did he really? Good for you, man.
Thank you, Grandma.
There's nobody here from the IRS.
Well, those of you that don't know me, I'm Joe. Everybody calls me Little Joe. I've met this family. Oh man, what grade was I in, Robbie? 6th grade?
6.
I was Paula's first boyfriend. 5th grade.
Yes, I got the hot guy.
The first time I met this family, these guys were moving into our neighborhood, and we were the only Latino family in the neighborhood. And I remember Robbie and Scotty, and I called Davey the Raven. Anyways, they kept looking at my uncles and us, and they're like, "What are you Mexicans looking at?" It's like, "Well, you want some shit with us? You know, let's go, you know." So we all ended up being at the same school and everything. Like I said, I was Paula's first boyfriend, and I remember going to their house the first time. And I'm not gonna call her Judy. I'm gonna call her Ma. She was my second mom. She looked at me and she was like, "What are your intentions with my daughter?" I'm like, "I'm only in 5th grade. I don't have any intentions yet. You know, I have no intentions yet." Yeah, yet. I've been through a lot with this family. Like, both our families suffered a lot of hardship, sorrow, and I love her. I love this kid, Riley, Robbie, everybody that's affiliated with this family. This woman right here, there's never going to be another woman like that one. And I was heartbroken because I went to visit her at the nursing home and I missed her by like 5 minutes. And I did not know she had expired. And I was holding her hand. And I remember telling the nurse, I go, "Hey, can you get her to cover up? Because she's cold." And they told me, they're like, she's no longer with us. And I cried, man, like I cried. This woman meant the world to me. This whole family means the world to me. I love you guys. You know that. You know that.
Paul's posse.
Paul's posse forever.
We love you too, Joe. Very much.
Anybody else?
I don't know if I can get through it without crying. Judy stood for my wedding. She was my maid of honor. It'll be 60 years this June. And as we had children, she would take mine, and I'd have a baby, and when she had one, I'd take her kids. And our kids grew up like sisters and brothers. Every year we took them to Bay Beach on the 4th of July. And one year I can remember, and I to this day I don't know why. It was really cold and windy, and we took all the tables and we put them up to protect the kids from the wind. Well, it was still cold, so us stupid people went home, got jackets for the kids, and took them back. Well, we didn't see the fireworks yet.
Parkas.
But she was at all my kids' weddings, and we tried to get to Terry's, and my mother had a stroke the day that Terry got married. But anyway, we were always together, trading kids. One time I forgot one of mine at her house. This one right here. I have to go back and get them. The boys, Davey and Robbie and Scott, hit him in the woodpile. And that's many excursions. One time I remember Terry and my oldest daughter built a fire in our basement because they were camping out.
I don't remember that.
So, and I could go on with the stories with these kids. I love them just like my own.
I love you, Mama Pat.
I love you. And I loved her too. She was like a sister to me. That's all I got to say.
Thank you.
Thanks, Pat. Love you.
It's okay, honey, you got it. My mother and Judy went to school together. Judy's kids and my brother and I grew up together. We played outside a lot, and my mom and Judy bartended together. I'll never forget the time my brother and Scott were outside playing in the mud, and it was really cold outside. They both came into Judy's house. Their feet were caked full of mud. Their fingers were this long with mud frozen on their fingertips. And all Judy and my mom could do was, Jesus Christ!
That was going on forever.
They were really, they, you know, got their hands underneath the warm water and cleaned them up and everything. Yeah, I've been a part of this family forever.
And I'm Big Terry and she's Little Terry. Love you, sweetie. Thank you.
Paula.
Hi, sweetie. Love you, Terry.
Oh my goodness.
I'm Mike Kozlowski. Marlene Borowitz is my sister. And we started going to the quote unquote craziest Christmas party in the world. Anybody know who I'm talking about?
At 420.
420 Northern Street. And through these Christmas parties, Mary and I have met some of the greatest people in the world. And that goes to the entire family, and it was one of our most fortunate experiences, and it'll live with us forever. Take care. All right.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much, honey.
Mary.
Where's Mary?
Right back there.
Hi, Mary.
Thank you.
Marlene Horowitz is married to my mom's brother. Uncle Boogie.
That's the Christmas party I was talking about.
And if you left her sober, that was your own fault. It's the only day in the year that Fuzzy allows smoking.
That's right.
Cigarettes I'm talking about. We were young.
Jamie has a story that she's afraid to tell when not too long ago my mom called and she needed her catheter changed right now. And I go, Jamie, Mom needs you. I got scared. And she's like, and for her to tell the story is much better, or Mom, because Jamie was freaking out because he got to push it. Put it in the hole! Jamie's like, she goes, just jam it in there. Jamie's like, no, she said, yes. Well, then she finally gets it in there and starts blowing up. Yeah. Oh, it's blowing up. Yank it out. And Jamie's like, and they're actually laughing and freaking out at the same time. It ended up being fine, and Jamie was then announced to be Mom, Grandma Judy's new plumber. I got myself a new plumber.
She always called her.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
So I said, better you than me. I would have ran. Teresa would have done it, but she'd have been like, quit wiggling. No way.
There isn't much I wouldn't have done for her, but I draw the line at that one.
Jennifer.
I'm Jennifer.
Hi, Jennifer.
I've known the family for a long time, and Grandma Judy, and a lot of my childhood I spent there, getting in trouble, not getting in trouble, you know. But the one thing I see along with everybody else is you're always made to feel like family, and I learned that a lot of that from everybody here, and I'm grateful, and I carry it through my adult life, and it's something I'll never forget.
We're grateful for you.
And it's fun.
For all that.
Yeah.
And Mom was very happy about that.
Yeah. I was close with Scott. I was close with Paula. Jacob ran away through that story. I'm not surprised. But, you know, everybody's just always been so great, and I'm just really grateful to be here. Thank you.
We're grateful
Thank
for
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody else?
I have something. I still have a landline because that's the number my Aunt Judy had.
Me too. That's why I found it.
And I still have my landline, and without fail, on my birthday, every year, my whole life, I would get a call from her to wish me happy.
Aw. Auntie. Oh, that's so sweet. So sweet.
Because you love me.
Because she loved you.
Anybody else? You guys are a hard act to follow, let me tell you. I'm over there trying not to cry. It's not working. Well, Judy is healthy and happy and entered the gates of the eternal realm. I know that today she is living in glory. She is alive and well and able to do all the things that she could not do for so long. She has been released from the bonds of mortal flesh and now is free to enjoy life forevermore, never again to experience pain, sadness, sickness, or death. We are excited for her. Though we shall miss her, we are confident of one thing. We will see her again someday. Right now, I'd like to read a poem that I wrote for Judy, if I can get through it. Her bright blue eyes are sleeping. Her loving hands are still. Her comforting voice is silent. They say it is God's will. A treasure sent from heavens above to be your mother true. But now her earthly journey's over. Her life on earth is through. God called her home to be with him, so at peace she will always be. She is watching you from the heavens above, so proud of you, you see. Although her life on earth is over, she is still with us every day in life's lessons that she taught us, and even things we say. It's for you and I to pass along these treasured gifts she gave, a loving smile, a helping hand, as we pass along the way. Her memory will live on in such simple deeds. She will always be remembered because she sowed these precious seeds. She was our mother, grandmother, confidant, a friend to all who knew. She mended broken hearts, scraped up knees, and even tied your shoes. She taught you how to love and laugh, to be who you are today. She was always there for you, even when you went astray. Although you will miss her terribly each and every day, she will be within your hearts and memories, forever there to stay. The day will come when we will meet again in the heavens above. She will be there waiting for us with her motherly love. My face is leaking. I need a plumber. Yes, she'll be waiting there to greet us. But in the meantime, I believe that Judy would think this reading was appropriate and what she would want for all of those left behind. You can shed tears because she is gone, or you can smile because she lived. You can close your eyes and pray that she will come back, or you can open your eyes and see all that she has left. Your heart can be empty because you can't see her, or you can turn your back on tomorrow and live for yesterday. You can remember her and only that she is gone, or you can cherish her memory and let it live on. Or you can do what she would have wanted: smile, open your eyes, love, and carry on. Looking around this room with people who knew and loved Judy, one thing is very clear. If life is measured by what is left behind, the life of Judy Prenevost was truly a successful one. A truly beautiful person has left this earth, but be assured that the universe has a bright new shining star tonight and always. We have been remembering with love and gratitude of life that touched us all. I encourage you to help support and love those who grieve the most. Allow them to cry, to hurt, to smile, and to remember. Grief works through our system in its own time. Remember to bless each day and to live it to the fullest in honor of Judy. We often take life for granted, and yet it is the greatest gift that God gave us. Judy, my friend, I would like to send you on your journey with these words. Into the darkness of the moon and the warmth of the sun, we let you go. Into the sadness and the smiles of our memory, we let you go. Into the freedom of the wind and the sunshine, we let you go. Into the dance of the stars and the planets, we let you go. Into the wind's breath and the hands of the star maker, we let you go. We love you, we miss you, we want you to be happy. So go safely, go dancing, and go free. May you rest in peace, and may you be embraced by the universe you now call home. Okay. Right now, if you'll join me in the Lord's Prayer. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, on earth as it is in heaven. Forgive us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the power and the glory forever. Amen. And now we'll do Hail Mary. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou amongst women. Blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Hail Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners, now and at the hour of our death. Amen. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face shine upon you and be gracious unto you. Lord, lift up his countenance upon you and give you peace. So then go in peace, and the God of all peace go with you. Thank you. Amen.
In my life, I'm so glad that I knew you. All the things you helped me through. In my life, in my life, I could never ask for more. Every time you open doors, in my life, and so it goes. As time closes in, all the places that we've been, I will do it all again. In my life, you helped me with what I had to say. I'm helped me made it through another day. Your memory stay. In all our lives.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob Walter. My guitar teacher, my dear friend, and sometimes my psychologist.
That goes both ways, Billy.
We love you, Bob. Thank you so much.
Well, that concludes their service.